What is the cure for fibromyalgia? For me, mostly what I do is I get a golf tee. This is an extra long 4-inch golf tee. And wherever I have painful spot, which is all over the place, like the back of my neck, I stick it in to wherever it feels sore. And I just massage it. And intuitively press as hard as I feel like I want to press. And this is the very best thing that I've found for fibromyalgia. Um, Doing stretching exercises every day is very good. You can get yourself an exercise ball where you can do like a back bend on it, and you can get a foam roller and put that under your spine and under your hips and stretch. Other than that, I have not found anything better. I have not gone through with all kinds of prescription medications, and why? I just don't want them. I don't want them. I don't like the idea of taking all this stuff. As far as changing your diet and stuff, uh, I don't change my diet. It's the same diet. So why do I have it? I don't know, and why don't I go and do all these other things? Because I've seen what people are like, and they end up spending their whole lives in doctors' offices, and in the end, they don't get anything useful. So that's just me. I'm just not a doctor person. I don't like going to the doctor, and if I use this, it takes a lot of work. I spend hours a day doing my work. It's like an acupressure with this thing. It's acupressure, and uh, it helps me keep mobile. It really does. If I didn't do this, I'm sure I wouldn't be able to move because I just get so much stiffness. And this, by pressing in all over the place, all over different tissues that are sore, it helps relax whatever those tissues are, so I've got more mobility. Am I 100%? By no stretch of the imagination, no. But um, looking around the internet, I haven't seen anybody say this is a miracle cure. So it's something for helping me get by. If it helps you, these are really cheap. Just keep a bunch of them around your house, stick them in your jackets, and take them with you wherever you go. The other stuff that I use that I find really good is this Absorbing Junior. Put this on your sore spots. It doesn't last that long, maybe like 20 minutes, but it gives you some relief. And my skin does get sore and dry. And the best moisturizer I've ever found is this stuff, CeraVe. It's not the cheapest stuff, but it's the best I've found for the price. And the other stuff that I use essential oils, and my favorite essential oil is sandalwood. So what I do is I get this big bottle of sandalwood essential oil, and I rub it into my skin. Usually, the very sore, the places that are, chronically sore, I rub that sandalwood oil in, and then I put a layer of CeraVe over top of it, and it softens up the skin. And then I use this, and it works better when the skin is soft. I've got different essential oils that I use sometimes as an alternative, but primarily the sandalwood oil. I just like the smell of it, I guess. And some of the other ones, they tend to burn. They feel like they're very drying. And the sandalwood, I wouldn't leave it by itself though. I would always put CeraVe over top of it to give it some of that carrier oil so it's not quite as strong. But some of the other ones, they feel very drying and not really good for every day. Maybe once in a while if you feel like you want to change. But that's my story. That's how I manage. Um, I also have this other stuff, this icy hot stuff. This is wonderful stuff, but it smells really strong of that, like a eucalyptus smell. But, if you're just going to bed and you got really bad achy muscles, that stuff is very good too, and it feels a bit different than the Absorbing Junior. So I haven't used that I don't use it very much because of the smell. But if it was a really bad day and the absorbing didn't work, I would switch to that. I don't take things like Tylenol and aspirin. Uh, Only if I have a really, really bad day would I go and try those. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't help. But I usually don't. I don't reach for it every day. You're not supposed to take those kind of medications for chronic conditions, and I know people do because they get relief. But it's not good for you to take any of those medications on a daily basis. And it even says on the bottle. But I know people are between a rock and a hard place. It's either I take these things or I'm going to suffer. So I don't go for them unless it's really, really bad. And I haven't reached for a bottle probably for like 3 months. So is it bad? Well, it's chronically uncomfortable and it tires me out. So, but it's not, is it excruciating? Um, it's just, it's not really medium grade aches and pains. It's not like, sometimes a spot will be very, very painful when I put some pressure on it sometimes. But generally it's just, and I feel it a lot in my hips and my upper spine and the back of my shoulders. Um, some days, I'm very stiff, and when it's warm out in the summertime, it's nice to go for a walk. It's still sore, but I like to walk when it's warm. I really feel the cold. I hate winter time. I absolutely hate it. Even when I'm all layered up with long johns and sweaters and parkas, I still feel the cold right through to my bones. If you have that problem, or one of my friends has been taking tonic water, the kind that you make a gin and tonic with, and he's been drinking that regularly with fruit juice. And he says that's helping he's got a very sore leg, swollen leg, um, might be like a lymphedema. And he says that the quinine, which is the treatment for malaria, that's what's in tonic water. And he says the tonic water helps him. Um, I find the tonic water, if it's January and I'm cold and I can't get warm, um, I mean, I guess you could drink like hot chocolate or stuff, but I find that tonic water will help if I'm shivering. Tonic water will help take the shiver away. So it seems to be a useful one to add to your collection. Um it does have a certain bitterness to it. I can't drink very much of it. My friend will drink, I don't know, maybe 4 cans of it in an evening. If I can get through 1 can, then I've usually had enough. But if you find that in the winter time and you got aches and pains and you start to shiver and you can't get warm, you could try a can of tonic water and see if it helps you out. There's your home remedies. I'm Harry Weaver.